Hello. Good morning. It is still cold for some reason in April. It's 48? Turn the heater on. You don't put the heater on in April. It is hooray hoodie weather. That is true. I was out for a very long walk yesterday. 2 very long different walks.
I turned the air up. Seems correct.
Did you turn the heat on?
The heat was on.
Oh.
Heat was on.
2 walks?
The heat was on before we went to bed because if it would have been off, it would have been even colder this morning. I had to set a minimum because it got down to the 30s last night or something.
Yeah.
That's too cold. It's April. Hi, everybody. We're just,
awake?
Yeah, we're just like a smidge late, and as it turns out, that's my fault. Because I looked at my watch, and I don't know if anyone else's Apple Watch does this, but very occasionally, either like during sleep focus or immediately following sleep focus, I'll look at the watch, and it will very, very briefly tell me the wrong time. And I've noticed this because there will be occasions where in the morning I'll look at my watch and be like, what time is it? And it'll be like 2-something a.m. And I'll be like, what? And I'll stare at it for just like a second longer, and then it'll like update and be like, oh, dog, I'm sorry, it's 7:56.
I don't have that problem.
No, I've never had anyone else had this problem. So anyway, this morning I looked at my watch and it was 8:38, and I was like, oh, all right, cool. We got just a few minutes here, and I was just kind of laying in the bed and kind of relaxing, and then at some point Mal looked at her watch and she's like, we need to get up. And I was like, we have a few minutes. And she's like, it's 8:56. And I was like, it's 8:56? And then I look at my watch, and my watch, which is still displaying 8:38, like after a split second of holding it up, is like, oh, it's 8:56. I'm sorry. Did I not tell you it's 8:56?
You should restart it.
I should restart it.
Right now.
Yeah. I don't know if that's going to fix it.
You should do it, though.
I will do it. It's just, I just installed the new update, which restarts the watch. And this was going on prior to the update. And the watch has just restarted because of the update. So, like, I'll restart it. The thing that's unfortunate is that it only displays this for like a second. But that is enough time, and it only is right after sleep focus. So this doesn't happen through the day. This doesn't happen any other time. It's just like you wake up in the morning and you're like, what time is it? And it's like, this time? Wait, this time. But if you don't get that second thing, it also doesn't happen all the time. It's very sporadic. Does this happen for any other focus modes? I don't use any other focus modes. I guess I occasionally use Do Not Disturb, but not often enough. Just says, set a sleep time so you both get an alarm and it automatically turns off sleep mode. I use sleep time.
I do too.
Like I use it. I use it every night. And it works correctly. So my end of sleep... So I guess it's happening after sleep mode. Although it happens during too, because in the middle of the night it'll still do it. because my end of sleep is 8:30. So at 8:30, it went off as it's supposed to. 8:31, my phone rings. And I was like, all right, cool. So that was fine. And I was laying in bed because I was like, I have a few minutes. Chaz says, so you get up at 8:30. False. False. So here's how this works. Everyone is different. Let me explain to you how I am. I set my alarm to get up at 8:30. So at 8:30, I am awake. And then I give myself 10 minutes. I give myself 10 minutes to come to my senses and then get out of the bed. Sometimes it's 5 minutes, but usually it's like, 5 to 10 minutes. Now, during that time, I do not go back to sleep. That's not what I do. This isn't a situation where I snooze and I'm hitting the button. That's not what happens. This is like I typically get my phone and I look at my phone for a few minutes. Now, if I'm on my phone, I'm safe because my phone at the top displays the time. But if I'm, if I'm not trying to make this R-rated, but if we cuddle, if I get up in the morning and we're just cuddling a little bit, then I'm not using my phone. So you know what I mean? I know. I'm sorry, everyone. We've been married for 1,000 years, and occasionally we cuddle. Sometimes it's for warmth because it's cold in the morning. But in those instances, I'm not on my phone, and I'm not asleep. So it's just kind of like a internal timer of all right, well, don't be in this position too long. At some point, you need to get out of the bed. Anyway,
Restart your watch.
I should restart my watch. You know what I'm gonna do?
Right now, like I said.
I'm gonna restart my watch. And what's wrong with my watch? Why is it so dark?
Sometimes that happens to me if it's been under a sleeve or something.
Shut down. What? Shut down. Oh, there it is. Sorry, I didn't know how to do this because I've literally never done it. I turned it off. We've already established that I have a history of not turning off
Things. Mm-hmm.
the devices. Computer? No. Phone? No. I've never turned off the watch before. When there's an update, it'll restart. So
I really hope this fixes the problem, so you learn a lesson.
I won't learn anything. Let's read some alerts. 63 months from KRC David, 22 from Subkid42, 36 from Svandera. That's a 3. 63 months from The Queen's Thief, 11 from Tomb Raider, 18 from Just Matt, 29 from Cat Lizard, 44 from RSD, 43 from Linders, 300 bits from Tiger with the 8-bit Suave, Star Rain, 19 months from Jaime R. I guess it's Jamie. It's Jamie. I got it. 79 months from DC20 Will Save, 55 from Yuki Mizuno, 57 from Evar, 37 from Guy Extronaut, and Chill Days gifted to sub to Nightbot. Now I'm going to turn my watch back on. It's happening. Well, it's okay, it's not happening.
I don't know.
It's showing the time and nothing else. Hold button longer. I'm holding button longer. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I've never turned it on before. I see the Apple logo now.
I don't think you have to keep holding it.
I'm not holding
Oh.
it. Sorry, I was just resting my hand. I guess I won't know if this is solved until a future moment in time.
Yeah.
This only happens sporadically, so if we're ever 2 or 3 minutes late for breakfast stream again, be like, was watch ? And then I might have an answer. It's going. Reload says, or you could take a nap to test it. I mean, potentially. I don't use sleep focus during the naps. Ever since the update where it like understands what a nap is. Because for the longest time it did not know.
Yeah.
But now it knows. Now if you take a nap, it just is like, you're sleeping. I know it. I'm like, okay. Good. It takes a long time to start,
Because you've never done that.
I guess.
Chaz wants to know how we're doing cold-wise for symptoms.
So my cold symptoms, okay. On the whole, I've been getting better. However, my symptoms yesterday were worse than the previous 2 days.
But on the whole, you're better.
On the whole, it's getting better. But yesterday was a little weird because I was more congested than I had been the previous 2 days, which is really frustrating. Because the before that, I was like, man, I'm doing great. Things are going great. And then yesterday, I was like, things are going a little worse than they had been, and I don't love that. Watch finally came back on.
I'm fine.
There it goes. It knows the time. It's 9:18. So yeah, I don't know. The progress is not linear, I guess, is what I'm saying. Like even now, like I can't breathe out of one nostril. So I don't know, it's fine. It's fine.
I mean, based on where you're at and like where I was there, like I was fine like the next day and like the next 2 days. Like there was like a couple days where it was just like one side was stuffed up and that was all.
My throat's really sore this morning. But I think my throat's really sore because
you had the furnace on last night and I took the humidifier down.
Oh, that's not why.
Oh, it's dry in the house.
Oh, the reason my throat is sore is that if I can't breathe, then I will breathe out my mouth, which I don't normally do. But if I do that, then I will wake up with a sore throat because I'm putting the air into my mouth because I can't breathe out my nose. I also snore if I have to do that. So, because I don't normally snore, but I always know I'm snoring because in the middle of the night, I'll get like the tiny push of like, hey, you're snoring. And if I'll wake up and it's 100% of the time I'm on my back.
Yeah.
Because like that's the only way I can even possibly snore. And then I'm like, oh, I roll over. It's true. Vagabond did tell me to just stop being sick, and I didn't. So Mal's doing good.
Yeah.
Mal's doing good. I'm like, I don't know if I'm still contagious but like I still feel sick. There's no part of me that's like, am I sick or not? Like, I'm sick. I'm still definitely sick. So that's been, it's been fun. One day I'll see my friends again. I don't know when it will be, but like one day. I saw Dan at the door the other day because he needed to borrow a table.
I saw Haley on Tuesday. I saw Brandon yesterday.
Yeah.
I missed Chaz and Jeff.
Yeah.
I suppose I did see Alex too. He was there.
Haley's birthday is
This weekend.
this weekend, right? Carly's birthday is in April as well, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All the birthdays. Well, not all the birthdays, but many, many birthdays. Yeah. 25 months from Pastry Bear Place. We had 600 bits Maldo with the Passé Shock Star Rain. And 60 months from Mysterious Green Thunder. Congrats on 5. Anyway, like next week, I'll be all better. I'll be all better. I'll be going to all of my friends' houses, one by one, and breathing in their homes. I'm gonna open the door and just breathe all over the place, and everyone will still be alive. Then I'll leave. I won't even talk to them. Just walk in and just start walking through and breathing, and then walk out. So everyone can look forward to that. It was tonight. Tonight is date night, and Mao had something that she wanted to do, and we're putting that on pause because, like, at least for me, like, I'm still ill. So I guess we'll just do something at home.
We got a puzzle to finish.
Yeah.
And a game to play.
Yeah.
A movie we could watch.
But we have so many things we
Yeah.
could do. And I've been busy.
You've been editing a Japan vlog.
I have. I was editing it yesterday. I have another vlog that's done that's coming out at 10. So I've been busy. And I found some time yesterday to play a little more of Baldur's Gate as well. So
I packaged paintings yesterday.
yeah, you did. You packaged a lot.
I have 2 left.
Good.
There were 14, so
That's a
I
lot.
got 12 done.
That's a lot. Virginia says, what does sickness mean for tomorrow's stream? It means that I can't replace Mao with a guest. That's all it means. I'm feeling perfectly well enough to stream. It's just I'm not able to, like systematically kiss all of my friends on the mouth yet. Like that'll have to wait some amount of time. But we'll continue to do Split Fiction tomorrow. Like that's going to be tomorrow. And you'll do your stream in the morning.
Yep.
So
I'm excited for my stream in the morning. And Chaz says you did so well at Eco yesterday, too. Chaz made the joke. He was like, we announced the finale for Tunic 5 weeks in a row. He's like, every week we were like, this is the end. Next week. Sorry, this is the end. Eco, I started the stream and I was like, we won't finish it till next week. And then I beat it. And I'm like, all right. So, yeah, Eco is done. I should have that VOD up maybe today or tomorrow. And the disc is loose in there. Yeah,
Next week, Shadow of the Colossus. I should open this.
Yeah.
Partially because the disc is in there flailing. I hate that. I feel like that wasn't... that didn't used to be a thing.
Teaching folks a lesson about promises, I guess.
I guess.
Anyway, you open that.
I'm gonna open this.
I'm gonna tell a story about this piece of metal, the $70 souvenir I got on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's a great story.
So...
Oh, look at that. Sorry, just show this off quick. It says Shadow of the Colossus, and we're in the years of no manuals, and I guess there's some art on the inside. It's just very subtle. Oh. All right, go ahead.
So I went riding on Tuesday with some people I met in the bike community in Raleigh. And we were out for like a little group ride. And I watched the person in front of me go over the railroad tracks and hit this piece of metal on the floor. On the ground. On the pavement.
In the floor of the abandoned Kmart that we were currently vandalizing.
Everyone in Raleigh knows where the abandoned Kmart is. It was over the railroad tracks, and I was like, I don't have time to dodge that. They hit it just fine, and I hit it and my tire went boom. So we all stopped, and someone held my bike, and I took off my tire. It was the back tire too, which is the one that has, you know, all the gears on it, so it's the harder one to deal with. And I take out the tube, and the tube is destroyed, and they're like, I think your tire is compromised too. So we're looking at the tire, and there's a slash in the tire. I suppose I have a photo of that. Let me post it.
As it so turns out, if your tire gets harmed in that way, you have to replace the entire tire.
Yeah, not just the tube. Because bike tires, for the most part, people run tubes inside. And you replace the tube most of the time and not the tire. But this thing slashed the sidewall of the tire. There it is. There's my tire. With the slash in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you put the new tube in, because I carry a new tube for instances like this, the tube will go through that hole, and then your new tube is also broken. So you fold up $1 and put it between the tube and the tire so that the tube can't pop through that hole. And then someone had a pump in the group, and they pumped up the tire enough for me to ride the 2 miles back to the bike shop to get a new tire.
Sorry. Although it gives you an
Someone
interesting
went and
story.
found this and was like, what did you even hit? And they walked back to the train tracks, and there was like 20 of these. These are like samples you'd get if you're redoing stuff in your house. And they'd be like all in a key ring, and they're all numbered to like pick out what you want on your house or whatever. And they were all metal. And they're all numbered. And I picked the shiniest one and said, this is my souvenir.
Now you have a souvenir.
Yep. So I bet, like Ember Laura says, it was on the back of someone's truck, and they went over the railroad tracks, and they all fell down.
Well,
So that was fun.
sorry you had to deal with that.
I didn't get hurt.
Yeah, but you had to buy a new tire.
I did have to buy a new tire.
And that sucks.
It does suck.
But that's fine. One day, I'll ride my bike, and it will break.
But you don't carry it,
And I don't carry anything.
Uh-huh.
So you'll get a phone call.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, I am here. Come pick me up. And that's fine.
The people I was riding with, no bikes more than me. Which is why they knew the dollar trick and I didn't.
You never know something until you know it.
Yep. So now I need to get $1 and keep it in my bike bag.
I just always have $1.
Can I have it? To put in my bike bag?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I think I have $1. I always have cash, which is, I guess, strange. But in 2025, I do carry cash. I don't use cash.
I mean,
but
all I
always
had
have
on
cash.
me, I had a 50 on me.
Oh, that's not really the thing you want to put in your tire.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, I always have cash on me. And it's usually like a variety of bills. But I don't ever spend it. Like it's only in there for the very few instances where I or someone around me need cash. And it does come up. It's not often, but it does come up. I mean, Girl Scout cookies, possibly. Shadowland says, in case of Girl Scout cookies. More and more Girl Scouts are taking, like, square.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember the last time I saw a Girl Scout that only took cash. Because we're living in the future. And the future, like, it's convenient. It just feels weird. Just feels very strange. Chaz, the cash is there for when you need cash? Yeah. The most recent time it happened was...
Where you needed cash?
Was in March. Me and Dan and Josh went to that toy convention that Will was selling stuff at. And when we got there, it was $5 to get in, and they only took cash. And both Dan and Josh were like, cash? What's cash? And I was like, I got y'all. Guess who actually carries cash? It me.
The last time I needed cash for something was I was in Maine and I went to this speakeasy with my cousins. Mm-hmm. And it was cash only. All drinks $5. Like mixed drinks.
Yeah.
Cash only.
I mean,
and I was the youngest of the cousins there.
Yeah.
And they were like, what? And I'm like, guys.
You were the youngest?
Or sorry, I was the oldest of them.
I was like, you ain't the youngest of anyone but one.
Two?
Yeah.
2.
How much older is he than you?
The oldest is like 6 years.
I know that. But
the other one?
Yeah.
3.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
It was funny because I had to vouch for one of my cousins. She is of age. I had to be like, no, she's of age. Like, she graduated college in 2020. And they were like, okay. And she's like, I'll buy you a drink. And we get to the counter, and they're like, cash only. And then I ended up having to buy her drink. Mm-hmm. And she was like, I'm sorry.
Well, the good thing is, at least, it doesn't work on the card system, but the vouch system.
Well, her step-siblings were there, so they were like, yeah, we're her step-siblings, we promise. And then he was, like, quizzing her.
Love going to a bar and saying, we promise. Yeah, I generally carry, and have always carried, since college, I've always carried somewhere between $100 and $200 cash at all times, which might seem like a lot to people. I don't know, but it's always worked out because if I need cash, that is an amount of cash that will do anything. Mostly. Kazu, next time I see you, I'm asking for $5. And if you really need an amount of cash to get you somewhere, to do something that will only take cash for whatever reason, like $100 to $200 is like, you can't possibly use more than that in cash, I think. Like at that point, who's not taking a card? that would be very confusing. So Lunar says that's more than the pizza delivery people carry. I'm like 3 pizza delivery guys. But the other thing is, if you're in a situation with a group of people, like, you know, the toy convention is an example, and it was a cheap thing. But if you're with a group of people and suddenly everyone needs cash for something, then you are the one with cash. It's not common, but occasionally you will go to a restaurant. They're usually like kind of like backwoodsy places, real southern places, but they will only take cash, and they'll probably have an ATM nearby. But having cash allows you to be like, okay, I can just cover everyone, and they can pay me back on PayPal or Venmo or Apple Cash or whatever. And that's happened. That's definitely happened.
One of the hotels I was at in March had an ATM room.
Yeah.
It was just a small room.
Did it make you feel like you were playing Earthbound?
Yeah.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I've never seen that. Except in Earthbound. Like, in growing up, I saw that and I was like, wow, when I get older and I go to hotels, there's going to be this room behind a door where
there
all it is.
There was in the Philly hotel.
And I've never seen that in my entire life. So,
Did you have any dreams of Paula? No, but apparently I tried to open the connecting room door in the middle of the night.
Oh.
There was a wizard staff on the wall. There was like this metal...
Sorry, I'm starting to get lost. Can we back up just a moment?
What?
We need to back up just a moment.
Wizard staff.
Let's start at the beginning. This was a real thing. Everything that's happening was real. You went to a hotel this wasn't a dream. Like, you went to a real place.
This was
physically.
A real hotel.
Okay. Now let's move one step further.
Okay.
There was a wizard staff in the room.
One of the lighting fixtures was this brass long tube with a clear glass rock on the top, and it was lit up like there was like a light.
Yeah, were you rooming with Gandalf? Because, like, I
have a photo of the wizard staff.
I want you to know, for future conversations with other groups of people, that you cannot casually just drop, yeah, there was a wizard staff in the hotel, because everyone that is listening to you will be like, can we go back a step?
No.
There was a wizard staff in the hotel, and I'm not taking any further questions. Where was this?
Philly.
Oh, so this was like just recently.
Yeah.
Less than a month ago. Okay. All right. She'll show all of you the photo. Also, Fossix gifted a sub to Meguro Sakura. Thank you. All right, let's look at this staff.
Look, it's a wizard staff. See, it was a brass tube with a rock on the top that lit up.
That's a stupid lamp.
Isn't it?
That's a very stupid looking lamp. I guess that's a staff.
Like, it had like a grip on it. Like, where you would hold a staff, it was a different texture.
All right. This is becoming
and
more and more
strange. It wasn't
strange.
like parallel to the wall. It was leaned out too.
Okay. All right. So was there any other weird crap in the hotel beyond this wizard staff?
You know how you put a padding under carpet when you lay carpet down?
I don't know anything about carpet.
Okay, well, there's a padding you put below carpet.
Sure.
They didn't put any padding in the closet.
Oh, so it was hard.
Yeah.
Neat.
There was also, you know how there's like a little table sometimes, like to sit at? Not like an office table, but like a sitting table?
Yeah.
And it had this light above it. Like one of those metal dome lights that's like this big.
Okay.
And it had like a counterweight because it was like on pulleys. But it seemed like you could just use it to ring the light. I didn't take a photo of that.
Where did you stay?
The Westin in Philly.
Okay. Yeah, this kind of sounds like a lot. Like there's a lot happening. All right. I only stay in Marriotts.
It was a Marriott.
The Westin's a Marriott?
They're owned by Marriott.
I ain't never seen any Wizard Marriotts. I've been to so many Marriotts, and ain't none of them had no Wizard staffs in them.
We also wandered around the ballroom area. Like the event space. Like where you rent out the ballrooms for like weddings or whatever.
Yeah.
And they had these rooms that had like glass doors and like a single table and a single chair. Like what probably used to be phone booths.
Yeah.
So they repurposed them for like office space, like kind of thing. Like you could go and sit in there and like work. But
Okay.
it was like all glass.
Okay.
And there's like no decorations. It feels slightly prison-like.
I mean, some people would value that. Being able to have privacy but not feel stuck in your hotel room. So that's as most workspaces do. Yeah. That seems fine. What are you going to do with phone rooms, phone booths?
Yeah.
We don't have those anymore. Now, we still have ATM rooms, apparently.
That was the same hotel.
I want to see an ATM room. I've seen tiny, we'll call them alcoves. Tiny ATM alcoves.
Oh, it was an alcove, technically.
But did it have a door?
No.
Oh!
But it was like very sequestered.
Yeah, I've seen that. Sorry, not to put your story down, but I'm looking for a door. I want the ATM machine to be behind a door. I want it to be a small room. Can't count as a room unless there's a door. Otherwise, it's an
Alcove?
alcove. I don't want no alcoves. I want rooms. That means I'm still on the hunt then. Still haven't seen an ATM. The only thing in the room is the ATM, and the ATM's behind the door. Still looking for that. I want all of you to know that if you go anywhere and you see this, please take a photo. We will show it on stream. It's important that we find this. It's got to exist somewhere. Because otherwise, what on earth was it based on? The other thing that's kind of confusing in hindsight, if you think about that situation in Earthbound, why did they bother doing that? And I don't know.
To make the world seem bigger?
I guess. It's just such a weird thing. There's other ATMs in Earthbound that aren't behind a door. Why not just put it in the lobby? They could have. There's no reason they couldn't have done that. They chose to put it behind a door. And I'm like, Chaz says they are in cheaper hotels to indicate they are cheaper. Is that it?
Scaraba?
Oh, you're saying... Okay, I understand. So you're saying the door indicates that it's a fancy hotel. Okay, yeah, no, that's true. So inside the game, there are hotels in Earthbound, as Chess points out, Moonside, Scaraba, that don't put them behind doors, and he's saying that indicates that it's a cheaper hotel. And yes, that's true. Where's the ATM in Summers? I feel like that's not behind a door, because the Summers Hotel is like super weird. I can't picture it in my brain. I don't remember. Not the shop, the hotel. Because I'm sure the hotel has to have an ATM. I don't know. I could get the player's guide.
It is right behind you.
Does it show all the shops, the inside of the shops in the player's guide?
I don't think
it
so.
does. So I don't even know if that would help me. It's whatever. Oh, that's reasonable. Colin says, presumably it's meant as some level of extra security so no one can watch you remove money or see your PIN, so only available in nice hotels. That's reasonable. It's just, I guess it's wild to me that level of thought was put into the map production
Maybe
on that game.
Maybe someone just thought that's what you do in nice hotels.
I mean, maybe it was. Maybe that they had an experience like that and they brought that up and they're like, oh wait, these nice hotels. This is really weird to me because this is something I have never thought about in my entire life. I've played Earthbound 100 times and I'm just now thinking about it and I'm like, this is, now that like everyone's pointing out these little things, I'm like, this is a very purposeful decision that, yes, I think it might be for the nicer hotels. It's like, okay, so the hotel is nicer. It feels like a real establishment as opposed to, you know, a hut in the desert or whatever. And I'm getting it. I'm like, man. Well, the next time we talk to any of the Earthbound development team, I'm gonna try and bring this. No one will remember. It's been 30 years. Last year we got a chance to talk to the lead designer of Earthbound, and we got to like ask some random questions and stuff like that, and that was very, very cool. The ATM thing is very wild. That's fun. That's different. Huh. There's probably some stuff like that in Mother 3 also that I haven't thought about. Neat. Oh. There is no ATM in the Summers Hotel. Or Chess says, I think this is correct. Yeah, I'm trying to think of where it would be, and I don't think there's a room. So if it's not just when you walk in, then it's not even there. Also, this is how we judge fanciness. The ATM is either in an alcove, or it's behind a door, or you don't need an ATM because you're going to put it on your card and not even worry about what things cost.
Did they love that you guys met through Earthbound? We showed them our cake topper.
Yeah, we had a bunch of wedding photos, and yeah, he loved that. Mm-hmm. It was fun. It's another reason why I want to get the Japan vlogs out. I am working on another one though, so that's good. That's you know, going well. Before I forget, all right, I'll roll this. Yeah, I don't want to put a time on when I'll get that next video done, but yeah. But I did pretty well on it yesterday, getting things like sorted, which is the hardest part. You know, you got people that are filming stuff in completely different locations at completely different times. One of the hardest things is to put it in order, because it's more than just a metadata situation, which doesn't even work because most people's footage does not have metadata associated with it. But you have to find stuff that like flows. So even if something did come after an event, sometimes it'll still be with this other thing because it just makes more sense from a story perspective. But I think I have it all like in order, and I can start making some good progress on that. So that'll be today. And then it's date night, so I'll come up with something for here.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you want to watch, do you want to watch Ghostbusters 2? Is that what you were thinking?
That was what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But we also have puzzle and game, so.
Yeah, we just watched Ghostbusters for the first time, like.
Coffee.
2 weeks ago?
Oh, I feel like that was too.
Oh, it was like 2 weeks.
No.
It was at least 1 week.
What?
Maybe 2.
What? No.
Yeah.
What? That seems too long ago. Let me find out. When did I watch this movie? April 3rd. That's a week ago.
That was a week ago.
This is a week ago today.
Like I said, a week, maybe 2.
Yeah, we could watch that. Is there more Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
They made a more recent one.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they made 2 recent ones. I don't know if there's more. There's not more 80s ones though. It's just like 2 different.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I remember from a kid, or from when I was a kid? I had never seen Ghostbusters, but I had seen the cartoon. Because there's a cartoon. And it was the same way with Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
I had never watched...
I felt the same way watching both movies. Beetlejuice and Ghostbusters.
Because you remembered the
show.
The animated show?
But like watching Ghostbusters, like I knew the finale from pop culture. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't know how we get there.
Yeah, I felt that too.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing that was weird, and maybe this will be solved a little bit in Ghostbusters 2, but in Ghostbusters 1, you meet Slimer.
Yeah.
And in my brain, he comes on screen, and I was like, oh, Slimer. And Mal's like, oh, I didn't know his name. And then, like, they never use his name.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, God, is this a cartoon thing? Or maybe it's in the second film? I don't know. Slimer's mostly the cartoon. Yeah, so in my brain, I was like, his name is Slimer, and he's going to become part of the group, and they're going to solve mysteries together? And, like, that never happened. And I was like, this might be a cartoon thing. It was like how in Beetlejuice, like, Beetlejuice was cool, and everyone loved Beetlejuice. He was like...
And then in the original film, he doesn't show up till, like, 3/4 of the way through.
Beetlejuice is only in the last 15 minutes of Beetlejuice. And also, everyone hates him. They're like, oh, God, not him. But then in the animated show, they're like, we love him. He does everything for us. He's the best. We really, like, changed how things work. Yeah. You know, be careful. You've said his name twice now. You know what I want to go back and watch a little bit of to see how different it is I remember watching the Men in Black animated show also. And I wonder if that can't change that much, though.
Well, wasn't that based on a comic book series?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That animated show I don't think differs too much from the movies in the sense that, like, it's still like dealing with aliens and whatever. Anyway, we got 300 bits of Fossix. It says, walked along the Maguro River to see the last of the cherry blossoms today, and it was definitely the right decision as the petals are falling. Lots of good food along the river, but my feet are dead.
That's where we walked.
I know.
Yeah.
I know exactly where it is.
Yeah.
I am, like, a little jealous.
I'm a little more than a little jealous.
Well, a little jealous. But I hope you're having a good time, Fossix. I'm jealous of the food. Honestly. That's the thing I always miss most from Japan. I miss being able to eat, fill my body with sushi and it costing like $10 US. That's great. That's what I want more than anything else in the world.
I rode underneath some wisteria on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that it had a scent. It's very nice. The purple danglers.
Oh.
I've never gotten close enough to them to smell them.
Wisteria is the good one?
No, wisteria is invasive.
No, but the good smell?
Yes.
Okay.
You're thinking of Brayford pears.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that one smells...
like fish.
Let's go with fish.
Yeah.
Let's go with fish.
But wisteria smells really nice.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know. It's really invasive. like in the south here, it just like covers trees and like takes them down. But it's so
I'm
pretty.
taking them down. Yeah.
Armored Frog, the best way to trim a brave for pear is at a chainsaw at ground level.
Oh my god, speaking of chainsaw.
I saw an art piece the other day where someone dangled a chainsaw and they like swang it like a pendulum, and then a couple did a waltz around it.
Sorry, you said they swang it?
Swung it? Did I say swang?
You said swang, and like, that's still fine, but it just made me really happy, because that's just a fun word. Yeah, swung probably would have been... You can say swang, but if you say swang, I'm definitely going to be like, swang. Speaking of the reason I said chainsaw is because we were talking about movies, and I thought about another movie that I've never seen that I've always wanted to see, and that's Evil Dead. With Bruce Campbell. I've never actually seen that with the boomstick. It's another one of those things that's like so ingrained into pop culture that I know a lot about it, but I've never actually bothered to watch it. So yeah, and there's several of them. So I would love to watch that.
That sounds like a Halloween film. No?
It's not a scary thing. It's not like a horror thing. It's a comedy, or dark humor or something. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. It's gross. I'm sold. And yeah, it's a horror comedy. Yeah, like things conceptually things aren't scary. So I'm starting at that point. So since that's my brain, they just become very, very funny. So if it's already trying to be funny, then it's going to be a good time. Stephen, you're wrong. It's scary. It's also funny. I'm not going to say that there's no scary movie, like no scary movie. Those exist. I just don't. I'm fine. I'm fine. And as long as people watch them with me, they're fine too. They're fine. Evil Dead made me throw up after watching it. That sounds like a good time. That sounds like a great review. You know what I'm gonna do? And I've talked about doing this. I'm gonna just pick a time. Well, when I'm well, because I'm sick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick a time. And just tell the group, I'm like, hey, on this day at this time, I'm gonna watch this movie and just see who shows up. The answer could,
and who leaves the house.
I mean, no one might come. I don't know. I'm not sure. There's a possibility that no one would show up for certain films. I think Alex would.
Yeah.
Alex is down to watch movies. Brandon is down to watch movies. Could just be the three of us. I don't know where Jeff stands on a lot of things. No, Jeff watched the Fallout show.
Yeah.
And was fine with that, which from talking to a few other people, was a little rough for some folks.
It was rough.
Yeah.
I found it rough. I liked it.
Yeah.
But I found it very rough.
So Jeff might be down to watch some things. I think it'd be fun. I have to find out where Jeff stands. Brewer Drake. I'd expect Jeff stands on his feet, as most people do. Okay, we're. It's about 10 o'clock. So it's fine. It's fine. John. This is my favorite new alert. 300 from Satsy says, what happens to Triforce House, by the way? Didn't the Triforce separate again? The Triforce did separate again. The Triforce did separate again. Wisdom, courage, and power are dispersed. Is Ganon is winning. Because Josh has officially moved. He's moved to Philadelphia. And Dan...
He did announce this.
Dan did announce that he is moving. So, I don't think... Did he ever give any specifics about where he's going?
No.
I don't know. I don't want to speak for Dan, right?
Yeah.
But, part of me's like, you'll see Dan less often. But I also make less vlogs. So, you'll probably see Dan as the same amount that you would have seen him, honestly. It's probably fine. But Brandon is still around. So... yeah, it's sad, but also there's circumstances that are leading everyone to go in different places. And for them, it's improvements in their lives. So, like, I'm not going to be mad at them.
Yeah.
I'll be sad, but I'm not going to be mad. And maybe one day we'll get even more folks.
Maybe.
Or maybe we'll get some of them back. Maybe. Tom told me once, he was like, if I hadn't just bought a house, I would highly consider moving to Raleigh. He's like, but I bought a house. I was like,
I would love to have Tom here.
I was like, buying a house does kind of put you in a particular
for a bit,
place for a bit. It's fine. Okay, so things that are happening / coming up / whatever.
Happened. I released a time lapse on Tuesday.
It's true.
For a big canvas.
You can watch it. It's a really cool time lapse.
Yeah. And there's merch out for that on Redbubble.
Okay. Yesterday I finished Eco. I'll get that VOD up soon. Tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern, Mal's going to continue painting the...
Stone Lantern?
Yeah, the Stone Lantern. And then Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, continuing into more split fiction.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. So the last thing to know is that there is a vlog, a brand new vlog that is out as of 2 minutes ago. It's Mal's 37th birthday from Sunday.
Yeah.
And even though it was not the most ideal situation for your birthday, we still had fun.
We did.
We still tried to make the most of it.
Yeah, you did. Thank you.
I did my best. And that's it. Go watch that. It's good. It's good. Check it out. I think that's it. Yeah. I don't have anything else to talk about. So I'm going to spend a day working on Japan stuff and see how far I get. And I'll see y'all
tomorrow night. Yeah.
And I'll see you tomorrow afternoon.
11 a.m.
All right, no post screen, so you can go watch the vlog instead. Bye, everybody. Have a good Thursday.